And the thing that, like, where Chrissy made a little bit of a mistake was you left too much air. So maybe we'll do it right now. We're gonna get a lot of water in this thing, right? You want to really, really, really fill it. If you're gonna make a mess a little bit, if the less air you have in there, the less chance you're actually going to end up bursting it. So, I think it's time.
Let's see who's out there.
Yeah, someone's out there. So,
This is like public access TV to the max right there.
exactly. So,
Are we keeping this open or closed?
They can keep it open.
so as part of just basically going over specific heat of water, we have this our nice balloon. I always remember to keep my air bubble up top. And of course, if we've did this before, right? You can sit there and you can hold this under the balloon for a real long time. Now, using these really little barbecue lighters, you're not going to get a lot of heat, right? I could keep this under here a long time before I end up warming this water up at any degree to possibly affect the latex. So we just get this nice black mark on the latex, and that's all that happens.
Which, by the way, that's a discrepant event there. Take a look at
Yeah.
that. Go ahead and show it. What is that?
Carbon.
So there's carbon, so you're seeing coal, okay? You're seeing just carbon. And the carbon dioxide is obviously gone, but there you're seeing elemental carbon. There's a lot of elemental carbon in soot.
So
That's what it is.
that's one thing. That usually, that's one of the things I can hand around. The students usually play with it, and they're like, "Oh, can we throw it at each other when we're done?" I'm like, no. But the key thing I do tell them is make sure if you are going to play with the desk, I do warn them once we explain what's going on. That air bubble, if you get the fire on that air bubble, this thing will pop and make a mess. Make sure you always hold it like this so the air bubble's up high, and you'll never really run into that problem.
Why did you have boiling water on you?
Yeah. So, there's two ways I normally do this. Now, then I kind of move into
Just $1.
the dollar. But who wants to use a dollar?
Use it.
Dollars
Yeah.
are smallers. I take it up a notch and I use a $100 bill. Now this usually gets the middle school kids flipping out. Because we'll set the $100 bill in there and we'll leave it for a second.
How are you?
It's my $100. So if I screw this up, no one cares. Except me. I'll feel bad that it's $100. But hey, a long time ago, and I tell the students this, if I screw something up, don't worry. A long time ago, I worked in a bank as a teller when I was an undergrad. And I did learn that if you can bring in enough of the dollar with the serial number on it that they can send it back to the Fed, they'll replace it for you. So if it ever catches on fire, put it out instantly. As long as you've got one of the serial numbers, you can take it to the bank and they'll replace it for you.
So if I
Helps
cut it
to
in
know
half,
this stuff, right? These are important things to have in your back pocket. So the kids are wondering what's going on. This really works with middle schoolers who I haven't told them exactly what's going on yet. And this has been soaking for a while, so you get it nice and soaked. And then we take it later and like, what are you doing, mister? What are you doing? And then we do this. And then the thing takes off like that. Now, it usually burns out within a few seconds. You're like, huh? And I say, let's do it again. And then nothing happens. Like, but then they'll hold that's not so good. And then I'll just kind of hold this to this for a while. And they're like, what are you doing, mister? Like, well, do you want to see it again? Like, we'll just drop it in there, get it wet, and we'll try it one last time to make sure that we can actually do this. And sure enough, we can do this.
Do you tell them that it's
Now, then they're like, how? Then I explain to them, this is a mixture of alcohol and water. And then we start to have a little explanation about how alcohol has a much higher evaporation point, and that water has a much, much greater there we go, specific heat. And I've soaked my $100 bill in the water, so my $100 bill is nice and moist. So just like our water balloon, where it's going to take a long